My sister's boyfriend disappeared 12 years ago. She wrote him letters every week for 3 years until she died. I finally found him last month. He didn't remember her at all. The man ordering coffee in front of me had the same crooked smile my sister used to trace with her fingernail. I hadn't seen that smile in 12 years, but I recognized it immediately. My hands started trembling so badly I nearly dropped my phone. Vincent Callahan was supposed to be in London. That's what his family told us when he vanished without a word, leaving my sister Lena shattered at 20 years old. He got accepted to Oxford, they said. He'll be studying abroad for several years. He asked us to tell Lena not to wait for him. Lena never believed it. She wrote him letters every week for 3 years, letters that came back unopened. She called his family's house until they changed the number. She showed up at their estate once and security escorted her off the property like she was a criminal instead of the girl their son had loved since high school. I was 17 when Vincent disappeared. I watched my sister fall apart in slow motion. She stopped eating. She stopped sleeping. She kept saying something was wrong, that Vincent would never leave without saying goodbye, that his family had done something to him. Everyone said she was being dramatic, obsessive, unable to accept rejection. Lena died 3 years later. The doctors called it pneumonia, but I knew the truth. She'd stopped taking care of herself. She'd stopped wanting to live in a world where the person she loved had apparently thrown her away like garbage. I was 20 when I buried my only sister. Now I was standing in a coffee shop in Portland, staring at the back of Vincent Callahan's head, and every cell in my body was screaming. He turned around and nearly bumped into me. "Sorry about that," he said with a polite smile. The same green eyes. But there was no recognition when he looked at my face. I looked exactly like Lena. Everyone always said we could be twins despite the 3-year gap. If Vincent remembered anything about my sister, he would have seen her ghost standing in front of him. He didn't react at all. "Vincent," I said. My voice came out strangled. "Do you remember me?" His expression shifted to confusion. "I'm sorry. Do we know each other?" "I'm Mira Castellano, Lena's sister." Nothing. No flicker of memory, no guilt, no recognition of my sister's name. "I don't think I know anyone named Lena," he said carefully. "Are you sure you have the right person?" That's when I knew something was very wrong. I asked if we could talk. I told him it was important, that it involved his past. Something in my tone must have convinced him because he agreed to sit with me. What I learned over the next hour destroyed everything I thought I knew. Vincent had been in a car accident 12 years ago. A severe head injury had erased significant portions of his memory. He woke up in a hospital in London not knowing his own name. His family flew overseas immediately and spent months helping him rebuild his identity, but they were selective about what they told him. They never mentioned Lena. His parents had always hated her. She was a middle-class girl from a struggling family, not the wealthy heiress they'd planned for their son to marry. They moved him to London permanently. They constructed a new life for him that simply didn't include my sister. His parents had let Lena die thinking she'd been abandoned. They'd watched her deteriorate from a distance and never said a word. I pulled the letter from my purse. I'd carried it for 9 years, waiting without knowing what I was waiting for. "Lena wrote this a week before she died," I told him. "It was addressed to you. I never mailed it because your family returned everything unopened, but she asked me to keep it safe in case you ever came back." Vincent's hands were shaking when he took the envelope. His face had gone pale as I'd explained everything. The love they'd shared, the years she'd waited, the way she'd wasted away believing he'd chosen to forget her. He read the letter in silence. I watched tears stream down his face as my sister's words reached him over a decade too late. "I don't remember her," he whispered. "But reading this, there's something in my chest that recognizes these words even though my brain doesn't." He looked up at me with devastated eyes. "My parents did this. They let her die thinking I didn't care." I nodded. "They stole your life from both of you, and they never faced any consequences." Vincent carefully folded the letter and placed it in his jacket pocket, close to his heart. "They will now," he said quietly. I don't know what happened after that. Vincent asked for copies of everything I had. Photos of him and Lena together, letters she'd written, medical records from her final months, evidence of every attempt she'd made to contact him that his family had blocked. I heard through mutual acquaintances that Vincent confronted his parents 3 weeks later. He cut them off entirely, changed his last name to his maternal grandmother's. Lena never got her happy ending, but she finally got the truth.